Dear students, welcome to History class. Today let us start with the Unit 8, Era of Gandhi and a National Movement. Era means the year of. Okay, in this unit you have to cover more topics like life of Gandhi, Gandhiji's beginning struggle in India, the achievements of Gandhiji's inner life, Jallianwala Bagh massacre, Khilafat movement, non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience movement, Quit India movement, Round Table Conference, Subhash Chandra Bose and Indian National Army, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and his reformations, Jayaprakash Narayan, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Jawaharlal Nehru. This much I have to cover in this lesson. Now let us start with the Gandhiji's early life of the Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi played a major role in Indian freedom movement. You all know that one, is it? And he created Gandhian way of struggle in Indian freedom movement. And the period between 1920 and 1947 is known as the Gandhian era. Gandhian era is in between 1920 and 1947. Next, let us see the early life and growth of Mahatma Gandhi. And Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, this was his real name, and he is popularly called as Bapu. He was born on 2nd October 1869 in Porbandar. Because of that only we are celebrating that day as a Gandhi Jayanti. And he born in 1869 in Porbandar in Gujarat and Kathiawar district. And his father was Karamchand Gandhi, and he was a Diwan of Rajkot state, and Putali Bai was his mother. And his mother influenced Gandhi on moral values. After completing his basic education at Porbandar, Gandhiji went to England for his higher studies in 1888 for the law education, and he completed his bar at law and returned to India. Afterwards, he went to Natal of South Africa for work like represented as a Dada Abdullah Company in 1893. But Gandhiji intended to be in Natal only 3 months. Only 3 months he worked here, but he lived in South Africa for 20 years. And there he saw that apartheid policy means that discrimination between dark skinned and the fair skinned people. And he in that time he was against that one, and he invented a new tool to protest that is known as Satyagraha, and formulated its does and don'ts. Many South Africans they take pride in declaring that they said to the Indians that you send us unformed Gandhi and we send back the complete Gandhi. Next, let us learn about Gandhiji in India. The initial protest. Gandhiji's political guru was Gokhale. Gopalakrishna Gokhale was his political guru, and because of his instruction, he visited entire India in third class railway compartment to understand the real India of his time. He wanted to understand the real Indians, the problems of the real Indians, and so he traveled in the third class railway. That is, common people are using the third class railway compartment. So he traveled in that to understand the problems of Indians. And he gave an institutional shape to his struggle by establishing Sabarmati Ashram at Ahmedabad in 1916. And he understood the problems of farmers, Dalits, tribal people, workers, laborers, and other sections of the Indian society. In 1917, Gandhiji started Champaran movement. And he started the Champaran movement. He supported the indigo growers, means farmers, and made the British government to accept the demands of the farmers. He was in the side of the indigo farmers, and he supported the indigo farmers to make the British government to accept the demand of these farmers. In 1918, he started a movement to support the mill workers of Ahmedabad and made the British government to accept his demands. And in the same year, another protest he started in Kheda village of Gujarat to oppose the land taxes became successful. And Gandhi started using truth, non-violence, and satyagraha ideals in all these movements. All these movements he used truth, non-violence, and satyagraha. And he also started interacting with the common people, making the freedom movement more people-based movement. The Indian freedom struggle took a new turn after the arrival of Gandhiji, and he employed passive resistance like non-violence and satyagraha as the main strategies in his struggle. He included these all in his struggle like non-violence, satyagraha, passive resistance, etc. And he used to express his thoughts in periodicals like Young India and Hudson. He started some periodicals. The name is Young India and Hudson. He expressed all his thoughts through these periodicals. Next one is meaningful achievements of Gandhiji's struggle. Satyagraha. Satyagraha is one of the major method of protest of Gandhi, and the word satyagraha means the assertion of the truth. Satyagraha means assertion of the truth. It was one of the major weapon of Gandhiji when he was in South Africa. He used this weapon. It is his moral weapon. It is based on non-violence and it means asserting the rightful place of truth by employing peaceful means. Using the peaceful means achieving the rightful truth. The use of this weapon is one of the major social exploration has ever taken place in human history. Next one he used that ahimsa. Ahimsa is the basic trait of Gandhiji's struggle and he firmly believed that one should face violence with ahimsa and satyagraha. He declared to every people that we should face the violence with ahimsa and satyagraha. Gandhi employed strategies such as ahimsa, satyagraha and fasting against the cruel force of British like military, police and law. And he used satyagraha and ahimsa method against the cruelty of the British military and police and law. The defeat of the mighty English in the hands of the Gandhi itself is a strong message in annals of the history. I hope you all are understood this one, and next class we have to discuss the other topics. Thank you, students.